The Immortal John Hancock here, and today I'd like to showcase some of my recent pickups. I just came back from Seattle Retro Gaming Expo last week, and I've also amassed some random eclectic things in the last month, and I'd like to showcase kind of what I'm looking for, kind of what I recently picked up. I'm really excited to be adding to the new expansion. I'm super excited to finally be able to have a place where I can sit down and play my games, and so here we go. This is some of the things that I recently picked up at the show, and among some other things that fans around the world have sent me. At the show, I scored another box for my Nintendo set. I'm down to about 60 or so total. I'm really excited to have Thrilla Safari. This is a pretty hard box and manual to find. I found a vendor there. They split it up for me. Thank you very much. The Seattle Retro Gaming Expo is awesome. I've gone every year, and it just shows it's been around nearly a decade. And this last year was the best year I've been, and I've been to every one, and it was great. They cordially invite me up to speak, and it was a great show. I had a lot of fun. So, all right, next up, another castle had some great sale items. And you know, I love shopping on a budget, and sometimes I'll pick something up just because it's funny. This was one of those items. Revolution X, which is not a great game at all, but it was sealed and it had all the original price stickers on it, how it was reduced, the price went down. First it was 25% off, next it was 50% off, next it was 75% off. I picked it up just for that reason. I think it was like $3 or something. They had a crazy awesome sale there. Also, I picked up, it doesn't look like much because it's just NFL 95 sealed for the Genesis, but the insert box I'm going to use to replace some of my other Genesis games that are damaged. And so, you know, for a couple bucks, hey, it's worth it picking that up. Nice mint and box sports game, you know, good stuff. Another castle. I also had some other stuff for sale. Got really cheap. I got a Dark Cavern sealed. My Atari box was a little damaged, so picking up a sealed box copy for $2, why not? They had a box NES game for $3 with the protector. I'm like, the protector alone is worth $1. I mean, I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick that up. And a sealed Utopia for Intellivision. My Utopia box was damaged, and so for a couple bucks, able to get a cheap box upgrade. Why not? Great, good stuff. Love shopping on a budget, finding stuff on a budget. This was a recent score, a Demon Attack. And this is the re-release of it with a blue label cart. And I love those late release Atari 2600 games. I'm really going after some of the gray box, the black and white, the gray box Atari 2600 games. I love collecting those variations. It's considered to me a budget release. I love budget releases of all systems, and so that's pretty neat. Also, there was a vendor there, and they go by Home of the Future Antiques and Collectibles, and they had a bunch of vintage stuff. And I was like, when I saw what they had, it was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome, because you know, I'm kind of in the Atari mood right now and collecting the older stuff. And they had some awesome stuff, some amazing stuff, and I kind of freaked out. And so I wanted to showcase this. They had a sealed, this is not the crazy score, but anyways, they had a sealed Firefighter, which is kind of neat. I've never seen that sticker before because, well, it's only on sealed ones. Firefighter is, for many that don't know, is not a great game. Magic made some awesome games. Firefighter is not one of those. There's actually a lot better firefighting game called Towering Inferno, and that's a better firefighting game on the 2600. This game's pretty terrible, but it was sealed, and you know, price was right. Got that pretty good song. All right, so I'm going after like vintage Atari stuff in great shape, boxed, and they had. I just walked by here and I just saw, oh my gosh, they had incredibly nice boxed 2600 games. The original Combat, and this is the Gatefold 2600 game, and it opens up Anyways, it's in really nice shape. It came with a protector and everything. Really nice shape. Super excited about that. They also had an Indy 500. This is the original release, you know. And so, very, very sweet. The box is in really nice shape. It's just nice to see that. Again, I didn't have the gatefold version of Indy 500. Very cool. A classic. This is a original. The Gatefold 9, as they're called. The first 9 releases for 2600 had a gatefold box, and you could open it up. And this is a classic. It's a great tournament game, by the way. Surround, and Surround. It's, you know, very simplistic graphics, but a lot of fun. Look at the condition of that. That's great. Oh, it's like, oh, it's pristine. Really happy to have that. Another one, Air Sea Battle again. The condition of these is amazing. One of the gatefold releases, very awesome. Very happy to have that. And Blackjack. Now, Blackjack, I do believe I got this one. So it's been more than a couple months. I actually might have scored this locally. I forget. Sometimes I forget where I get my stuff. But yeah, scored that. Alright. Now, but wait, there's more. I have a big shout out. There was one vendor in particular that hooked me up. I brought a blue labeled Rambo for trade at the convention. And I really wanted this item at this vendor, and the vendor was GameBound. GameBound is a new store in Kent, Washington. You guys are awesome. I kept coming back to their booth. I wanted to trade for this particular item. They couldn't find it. And so they essentially bought Rambo, the blue label Rambo, from me, that my extra copy I had. And then they found it later. So they call me up and they say, look, we watch your channel. You got a great channel. We're going to send that to you with some extras. I don't even know if they announced that there was extras. And so they sent it to me for free. And this is so cool. I am so excited about having this. This is a pirate, a Game Gear 30-in-1 boxed Game Gear game. And they have some crazy games on here. I need to check it out. I'll do a separate video to see if it'll work. We'll see. Sometimes these pirate games don't work in the Game Gear with the Retron 5 adapter. I'm going to try it in that first. If not, I'll try to boot it up with the Game Gear. Anyways, got some really neat stuff there. Super excited. I think it's funny they have an Adventure Island picture on here. What? I don't think that was on Game Gear. Anyways, very cool. Very excited about having that. And pretty neat. So that's pretty bizarre, having a boxed. Usually you find these pirate Game Gear carts loose, but to have one boxed, really cool. And it came in a protector. GameBound, you guys are awesome. Very excited about that. But wait, there's more. So in this box that they sent me, this massive box, they threw in some crazy bizarre stuff. FM Towns, looked like FM Towns. They had a computer, an import computer, and it's a CD-based SimCity. Really cool. You sent that in. I don't have one, but I love collecting this weird stuff. I'd like to have one day, and it's in gorgeous shape. And it's just the original SimCity on FM Towns. I mean, that's just awesome. And then they sent this, and it's just they sent like a golf simulation, and it's huge. It's like, holy cow, that's neat. And so that's another, you know, another bizarre import golf simulator in box. Very cool. Very cool that they did that. That was really nice of them. Thank you so much to GameBound of Kent, Washington. That was pretty neat. I also got, after the show, I went up with a good friend, and he helps me organize Calt's Gamers with some other friends, Chris Trimu, and we stopped by. He'd never seen Game Lobster. And Game Lobster is a pretty bizarre game store in the Federal Way area near Seattle. And I went there and I scored some neat stuff. if you're in the area, you gotta check out Lobster. It's a pretty interesting store. Not great on customer service, but they have some great product, and it's kind of like the land that time forgot. So I checked it out. They had some cool stuff. They did have a Sega Saturn game I didn't have, and the price was great on it. It was Crypt Killer, and this game has shot up in price like all the other Saturn stuff, and so to find a game that was really affordable, I was excited about that. Also, Chris Trimu noticed in the corner there that they had the large box for Race, which Race is the Sears version of Indy 500, and it was cool. It had the original paddles in here. Again, pretty bizarre. Just you know, had the original driving controllers, and pretty bizarre. I didn't have the big box, so that was cool. It was affordable. I think it was like 10 bucks, 10, 15 bucks. That's worth getting. You know, I'm really going after some of that hard to get Atari stuff, and so it's just hard finding really anything that I really want. But there's a ton of stuff I'm missing. Bunch of the third-party 2600 stuff, which is getting harder to find. Finding that in box, you know, I want to have a really nice collection to display, and I'm excited about having a room dedicated to showcase some of that stuff off. Now, with that being said, good friend from Chico, California, Dan Welch. Dan, you're awesome. You're a great friend. Dan remembers my collection when it was in the, you know, probably 100 or so games. Dan remembers when I started collecting video games. We go way back, and Dan knew that I was on the hunt for Star Trek. And for the main reason, I'm trying to complete my Sega collection for the 2600. It's pretty tough. I'm missing a boxed Spy Hunter, which that one's getting pretty pricey, and Up and Down. And so, and Congo Bongo. I'm missing a boxed Congo Bongo, but I'm trying to complete my Sega collection. So scoring that was great, Dan. Thank you so much. This is complete. It's a great version of the game too. Really excited. That ought to be part of a Overlooked Sequels and Ports. This might be one of them. Definitely. Really like this version of Star Trek. Holy cow! This is long-winded. All right, what else we got? All right, Michael Olnick. He sent me because he saw my he saw that I was a Robotron 2084 fan, and he sent this to me, the Apple II version. So I'm really excited about that. I still need to track down an Apple IIc joystick, but I want to play that. I'd love to showcase this and open it up. But yeah, this is going to be, I'm going to have an Apple II in my new game room, and so definitely excited about that. And then last and definitely not least, I mean, I've scored some great stuff. I'm glad I'm doing this video. So James Gragg, and James, you're awesome. So James is like, hey, I got a bunch of extra Sega Genesis stuff, and I want to send it to you. And there's a couple in here. He sent me a whole box of Sega Genesis stuff. He scored me hard driving. I mean, it's in good shape too. Very excited about that. And some of these are going to be great condition upgrades, especially for the carts. Like some of them he sent me Izzy's Quest for the Olympic Rings, and the cartridge itself, in pretty good shape. It's in better shape than mine that I had. That's actually not a bad game either. And then he scored me, definitely this is a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and the box is a condition upgrade for me. He sent me some sports games, Hardball 3 Winter Challenge. He sent me The Adventures of Batman and Robin, which is an amazing version. Love this game. Very cool. He sent me Williams Arcade Greatest Hits, which has Robotron on it, which is my favorite game of all time. Very cool. Jungle Book. He scored me Taz. Tecmo Super Bowl 3. Amazing version of the game. I'm a huge Tecmo Bowl fan. And last and definitely not least, he scored me an extra copy of Phantom 2040, which I consider pretty amazing game on the Sega Genesis. So thank you so much for everybody For all the vendors I interacted with at Seattle Retro Gaming Expo, all the people that have graciously sent me stuff, thank you so much. To really any viewers who out there who are watching these videos I make, it means the world to me. I'm passionate about video games. I'm going to continue to talk about video games. Summer's coming. I'm going to have some more time to talk about these things. I'm really excited about the expansion and getting to sit down and play some games. Like today, I have to go back to work Monday, but after Monday, it'll officially be done with school for about 7 weeks, and so I'm already feeling more relaxed, and to sit down and play some games and to appreciate some of the stuff that I've acquired over time. And so thank you so much. I do 3 videos a week, one on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. I upload at 8 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time. I live in Washington, so West Coast. And thank you to anybody who's taken time out of their day to subscribe, like, and comment on any of my videos. It helps me out a ton. I also have a Patreon in which I do an exclusive video to people who subscribe for as little as $1 a month each month. And I'm excited. This summer's gonna be great. It'll be time to finally get a game room going. And that's it. This is the Immortal Zone, Hancock. Take care.